Now, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but our current control over technology is shakier than Upton Sinclair at a weenie roast. Now, maybe it's the Dr. Whistler's opium tonic in me talking, but perhaps we should pull the brake lever on this runaway technology locomotive and give the quality of our lives a chance to catch up. My feeling is that man has evolved to the point where we are simply not smart enough to govern our own inventions. Technology is the siren of the seas of the 20th century, cranking up a seductive tone on the gramophone and calling out to us by telegraph as the iceberg of total disaster looms menacingly ahead of us like a vast, overextended metaphor. But maybe it's just me. Technology doesn't seem to bother my wife. She likes her newfangled, buzzing, vibrating flashlight so much, she keeps taking it to bed with her night after night. Hey, let's put some of our recent technological advances under the microscope. First, how much do we really know about indoor electricity? How safe can it be to have a lightning bolt a few feet away from your ass in the shower? When it comes to providing cheap, reliable power for my home, give me a chain gang of illiterate Swedes shoveling coal into a hopper for 10 cents a day anytime. Figured the Swedes were a safe target. And would somebody please explain to me what in tarnation is radioactivity, and why did they hand a Nobel Prize over to a broad for discovering it? And while Madame Curie was spending all that time in the lab, who was discovering Monsieur Curie's dinner, huh? A rather inappropriate reaction for the time, ladies. And do you realize you can now pick up a telephone and talk to anyone in the United States? Now, people I wouldn't let anywhere near my home have somehow found their way inside of it. And it's not just me. The very first transcontinental telephone call took place recently when Alexander Graham Bell in New York called Dr. Thomas Watson, who was in the middle of dinner in San Francisco, and asked him if he was happy with his long-distance carrier. But there is one technological advance that I'm a big fan of, and I predict here tonight that someday soon the automobile will replace the horse. Just think of it. You'll never again have to sit there stuck on a crowded road staring at the horse's ass right in front of you. Just imagine a time when we no longer need to hold our noses as we walk through streets filled with dung. Instead, we'll breathe the healthy fumes of 1,000 automobiles, all powered by the same petroleum featured in many of our finest patent medicines. And not only mankind will benefit, but the earth itself will too. If we remain dependent on the warm-blooded equine, the hot breath of all those panting horses might eventually raise the temperature of the earth, dangerously compromising the stability of the polar ice caps. A phenomenon that we can avoid by switching to cool, clean automotive power. Automobiles for you, automobiles for me, automobiles for America, automobiles for all of mankind. Thank you. And now back to the Dennis Miller Ford Automotive Variety Hour. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.